Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi out here. It is Wednesday, and we're doing a Wow Wednesday today. Not Wild Card Wednesday because I don't have a whole lot of cards right now, and I'm actually away at the inn where Adrienne is having the conference here, and Nataswaga. It's such a weird place, but yeah, she's downstairs taking her continuing education courses, and I'm in the hotel room doing my stream this morning, and we've got a lot to talk about. There was quite a bit of news yesterday on Tuesday in Raptors world, so let's get right to it. We'll start with the Wow Wednesday topic of the OVO Athletic Center was full of pre-draft workouts yesterday. We had a group of young men who are involved in the draft coming up come to OVO and work out for the Raptors. And the group had 3 Canadians involved in it, including our guy from Purdue, Zach Edey. Zach interviewed extensively by the Toronto media yesterday, and he confirmed a couple things. He said, first of all, Team Canada, I will be there. I will be there for Team Canada in Paris this summer in July, playing for Canada with the white and red on at the Olympics. And I love hearing that. He sounded very confident. It's different than Andrew Wiggins saying, we'll see what happens. Well, Zach Edey saying, I will be there. I think that's exactly right. I think everybody who's speculated whether Zach is going to play for Canada at the Olympics is crazy. He is the future of Canadian basketball in some ways. And it'd be stupid for us not to include him and continue to build up his experience. I don't care how young he is. I don't care if he's very green and inexperienced. He is 7'4", and he is the future of Canadian Olympic basketball. Just trust me on this. So having him involved early on is very, very good. This will be the first Olympics that Zach Edey plays for Canada, and it won't be the last. I will tell you that right now. All right. Also, Zach talked a lot about coming to work out for the Raptors and how it was a dream that, his family and his friends all root for the Raptors. And he very much let the cat out of the bag. I would love to play for Toronto. Those are his words specifically. He said, I would love to play for Toronto. This is it right there. Boom goes the dynamite. And I'll tell you, I found something on ESPN yesterday. I found the mock draft simulator that ESPN has. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you guys can go mess around with it as you want. It's pretty fun, actually. I did it 3 times last night just for fun. And the first time I ended up taking Kel'el Ware, and I believe the second pick I took Jonathan Mogbo. And that was really more for Scotty and what him and Lloyd and different people in Scotty's friend circle are trying to push Jonathan's draft stock up. Well, if we take Jonathan Mogbo at 31, I won't be upset. Ware at 19, I think that's a good pick too. Now, they're both centers, but I don't give a shit. Let's get some centers on our team. The second time I did it, it was a little bit different. I ended up getting, I forget who I got. I took Filipowski and Ryan Dunn on the second draft. And then in the third mock draft that I did last night, Zach Edey fell to us, and I picked him at the 19th pick. And then Kel'el Ware was still available at the 31st pick. So I got Edey and Kel'el Ware in one of the drafts. Oh, my gosh. Double centers once again. So, yeah, mess around with it. It's fun. The NBA mock draft simulator that's on there right now is quite fun. And who knows? Hey, maybe you'll get Zach, too, when you do the mock draft. Very, very fun. So the people that were at the as such, we had 6 players there. And the 3 from Canada were Zach from Purdue and Tyrese Samuel and Emmanuel Miller. Emmanuel Miller is the older brother of Leonard Miller, who plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves, guys. Of course, Leonard Miller was G League Ignite the year before, and then he got drafted by the Timberwolves, and he had his rookie year for Minnesota this year. And they went really far in the playoffs this year, the Timberwolves. But his brother, Emmanuel, it came to the OVO Center yesterday and worked out for the Raptors. Emmanuel Miller is older than Leonard, so that's kind of weird. But he also said that he was really happy to come back to Toronto and work out for the Raptors, and that this is a team that means a lot to him also because of his growing up in Canada and things like that. He did say he's staying in the States now and that he had to fly back from the States to come back to Toronto to work out for the Raptors. But very intriguing. Some people are saying that Emmanuel Miller is a sleeper in this draft, that there are some things about him that are very attractive. They're saying Jonathan Mogbo is a sleeper, and they're saying that Emmanuel Miller is a sleeper also. Of course, we love our Canadian content on the Raptors, so Canadian in this draft. I'm not going to be upset. Now, I love what Tyrese Samuel said, in his interview yesterday. He said, listen, I understand. I'm not going to get drafted. I am here to politic to get a two-way or a G League spot. And I just want to get my foot in the door. And once I get my foot in the door, I will work my ass off to make a rotation in the NBA. So that's what Tyrese Samuel was saying yesterday, 6'10" forward out of Florida, University of Florida, visiting the OVO Centre, working out for the Raptors brass. Dan Tolzman being the interviewer, the third GM coming in and doing the talking for the Raptors front office yesterday. Very on point. And as always, Dan is no funny stuff, just all factual and just kind of giving us the straight goods. And I appreciate that about Dan Tolzman, third in command in the Raptors front office. So yeah, the other guys that were here to work out for the Raptors yesterday were Keon Brooks Jr. out of Washington. He's a 6'7" forward. Also, Joseph Girard III. He's a guard from Clemson, 6'2". And Jameer Young, a guard out of Maryland, 6'1". So we come in some of the shorter players there. It did look like Zach yesterday was very much smiling and very much pinch me kind of stuff, wearing a Raptors practice jersey for the workout yesterday. Yeah, I think it fit right. It looked right. And, well, hopefully we'll see what happens in this draft. I know that Masai and Bobby are going to be on their toes trying to figure things out in certain ways. The draft so weird right now. It's so in flux. There's not anything like Victor at the top where it's just like, yeah, the Atlanta Hawks are going to pick this number one pick. It's so all over. And now I'm hearing grumblings from San Antonio land that they may package our old pick with the fourth pick to try and get the number one pick, that they may try and trade with Atlanta the fourth and the eighth for the first pick and just want to get that first pick. And then they will take Riz Acker is what I'm hearing. So really interesting stuff with this draft. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of things that are up in the air. There's a lot to be sorted out still. And I have a feeling that the Raptors have to sort some things out too. Now, a lot of mocks are saying that the Heat are going to take Zach Edey at pick number 15. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. For some reason, there's people out there trying to shape it where the Zach Edey will be the new center project for the Miami Heat. Well, what about this, guys? Think about this. You know, I don't like doing trade talk or trade think tank kind of stuff too much. But I was thinking about this. What if the Raptors traded Miami, the 19th pick, with Bruce Brown for the 15th pick and Duncan Robinson? Wouldn't that be an interesting trade? What if I'm talking about something and this is something that's going to happen, y'all? Seriously. We were right about the Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett trade. Well, this could be something. So listen to me now and hear me later, okay? Saturday Night Live. I'm telling you, it could be the Raptors trading Bruce Brown in the 19th pick to the Miami Heat to move up, to get to the 15th spot, to take Zach, and also get Duncan Robinson in the deal too. So pay attention. That specific deal I just named could very well happen. And if I am right, y'all be like, damn, he doesn't do very many trade speculations. But he is on it. Sometimes he's really on it. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right, let me check in with you guys in the comments a little bit. We got a lot to talk about. Honestly, there are all kinds of things going on. Under 18 Canada team playing Puerto Rico yesterday. More Jonte Porter news and also news about the draft. Apparently, the second round of the draft will be at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So when we pick the 31st pick and the first pick of the second round, it'll be at 4 in the afternoon, y'all. So be ready for that. The second day of the draft will be in the afternoon. I like that in some ways. I'd rather get it done earlier in the day and know what's going on instead of watching primetime second round NBA draft action. Nah. And in fact, I'll probably watch the first pick and turn it off at 4. My fun guy shirt today is really a big part of celebrating the 5-year anniversary of the Toronto Raptors championship year in 2019. Right now, we were in the finals playing the Golden State Warriors, and it's a great celebration 5 years ago, y'all. We should be very proud of that. Very, very proud of that. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Amit's here. Good to see Amit Gaming back again from yesterday. A fantastic trivia day yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Good morning, y'all. Trivia was so much fun yesterday. Still in second place, but only 75 points behind Fiercey. Barring that my debit card works, if I get the card of the day, I'll be buying a sub. Wow. So he said if he gets a classic card of the day today and he goes beyond her, he'll go ahead and get a sub. But it looks like something's happened already since then. You know, I'm really proud of you, man, because honestly, I am going to make this difficult for you guys to finish it to win. And I want it to be competitive. I'm glad that you're close to her, but to the best person win. And I'm not going to make this easy. When it gets to the end and Larry O'Brien goes to either Boston or Dallas, the championship for the Raptor Freak Trivia will happen at the same time. So if the series is long and it goes like 7 games, maybe 2 more weeks of trivia. There could be 1 more week. I don't know. We'll see how they spread out the games. But as soon as Larry O'Brien's done, the trivia season's done. It resets and we start season 4 immediately the next Tuesday. So trivia will never end. It's just the season championship is coming up very, very soon. Very, very soon. And Amit is putting in a good push to make it competitive at the end. I love it. I love it how you roll with the punches yesterday. And you did a very good job considering that I switched it up. Yeah, you did get the most points yesterday still, but it wasn't as dominant as you usually are. That's for sure. Yeah, Trevor J is here. Commissioner Fun. Trevor J is in the house. Good morning, Raptors family. Sometimes you just have to step on the gas and take it from first to second gear and let it go to get rid of all that hurt and pain. Because by someone and stop keeping your happiness stuck in reverse and neutral. I like this. He's doing a car analogy. I was driving a lot yesterday, driving Adriana to get out here to this resort. And yeah, this is a good analogy. In some ways, this is interesting. You're saying don't keep your happiness stuck in reverse or neutral, not going somewhere. Be proactive and hit the gas and go and get that happiness. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Trevor. And I appreciate your words of wisdom today. And on that note, we'll do what Amit was saying right here. We'll do the classic card of the day. All right, let me scroll down to the bottom of the chat and we'll get the card out because we are here. It's a little bright with the window. I'm going to try different things with this hotel room and setting up the room for how I'm going to do the stream in the next few days because I will be here for like 4 days. This is just the first day of 4. All right, let's see who we got. Oh, this is a good one. I think we've had this person before, but we'll have them again. It's fine. It's a different card. All right, one more. All right, Kareem's writing in there right now. Don't full ask me. Don't half ask me on this. Write the full name when I show you the card so that we can get the right points, 100 points to whoever gets this card identified first. Full name, write it out. All right, here it is. Look real close. You can see it. It's a little bright in here, but you can see him, and that should be enough for y'all to figure out who that is. This is someone that we've had as the classic card in the past, but it was for a different team, and it was a totally different card. So let's see who's got it. Yeah, Smooth's on it. I knew Smooth would get it. This is totally a Smooth Brown Man kind of guess. This is Derek Harper on the Mavericks. Of course, we had Derek Harper on the Knicks before. So, yeah, there's a Derek Harper card. Good job. Amit, you're just behind Smooth Brown Man. Smooth Brown Man gets the 100 points for today. But Amit got his membership according from David Saborin, a great patron of this channel, always doing great things, supportive things, and he's given a subscription to Smooth Brown Man, the winner of the classic card of the day today, and also Amit Gaming. He says, dang it, I was trying to give the membership to Amit, but Smooth's just as good. Yeah, these guys are awesome. They're competitive. They know their stuff, and they deserved your memberships, David. So very, very nice of you to do that. I appreciate it, and I thank you also. Myself, just as they thank you. That's right. Yeah, there you go. Mike got it. I mean, not Mike. Mike got it. Actually, Mike got it, not Amit. Amit got it. Amit did not get it. Okay, Amit got the third one. Okay, good. So Mike got one too. Always good to see Logical Raptors fanatic in here and getting a membership also. Salute the real ones. We love you, Mike. Let's see. Amit's laughing. Trevor's saying Zach and 2 other Canadians did it work out for the Raptors, Tyrese and Miller, hoping to get on the Raptors' radar. I think it's more likely that Emmanuel Miller has a better chance than Tyrese Samuel, but who knows? Maybe Tyrese Samuel is in Raptors 905 next season. You know, maybe Luke Wynn was at the OVO Centre yesterday looking over the prospects and thinking about who he might draft with the 905 draft. So who knows? Maybe we'll see the forward from Florida, Tyrese Samuel, on our G League team this year. Who knows? I'd like to see either one of them. Emmanuel Miller may need to go that route also to get to the NBA. I mean, his brother had to go through the G League route. I would figure if brother's better than him and he had to go through G League, I would think that Emmanuel Miller is probably going to have to go through the G League also. It's really good stuff. And I love the enthusiasm of Zach Edey. And he already had his first chirp back at Aaron Ben Rose, that idiot, that tabloid little teamy bopper Raptors reporter, asking him about his three-point percentage, and Zach kind of barked back at him, and I love it. Zach, don't take no crap, especially from a fraudulent journalist like Aaron Rose. So good, so good. All right, David, you got it right on the third try. The third time is the try, right? What do they say? The third time's the charm. That's what it is right there. Yes, there we go. Boom goes the dynamite, David Saborn. Got it. That's right. And next week, I'll be seeing David. Oh, actually, on Saturday, we're going to do the superfan Monique Lawrence's birthday party at the NBA restaurant on Queens Key on Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. We will be down there. David will be down there. Trivia champion David, myself, Monique, Adriana, a bunch of the crew from the Raptor Freak channel will be down there celebrating Superfan Mo's birthday. So if you are a huge Raptors fan and you just want to be around other huge Raptors fans, you can come down. You don't even have to know us. Even if you just watch my channel, you've never talked in the chat ever. You are more than welcome to come down there and just introduce yourself and get to know us in person, face to face at the NBA restaurant. We'll have a nice meal, have some drinks, and hang out and just celebrate the amazing superfan that Monique Lawrence is. Yeah, it's her birthday, y'all. That's why we got to celebrate her birthday. That's right. I'm a fun guy. I'm going to go down there and have fun. All right, let's see. Amit saying took 3 tries, but finally, you, Amit, late birthday present for Amit just a few weeks ago. He's saying, but I'm going to be gifting one now if I get the card of the day thingy. Well, either way, Amit, I appreciate the sentiment. And, you guys do whatever you want. First of all, I only made memberships and things like this on this channel for fun because David wanted to support me. He's like, dude, you're doing such a good job. And I just want to show support and love towards you. And that's why I did the super chats and the memberships. This channel is not really for me to make money on it, but it is nice if you guys want to show kind of like, Lex is working hard. He's showing up every day. And you know what? I wanted to throw something towards him. That's fine. But either way, I do not depend on you guys doing this. And also, it's just really nice. Like when David does this, I'm buying plants with it. And that is what David wants. That is what David wants. He wants me to buy plants. And that's a supportive thing that he's doing with the memberships and the super chats. That's right. Let's see what else. Amit saying, thank you, David. That's awesome. My pleasure. David saying, how's everybody doing today? I'm doing pretty good, man. This end's weird, man. It's very weird out here. I'm just south of Barrie, kind of over near, I don't know. I'm near a town called Cookston or something like that. It's really an interesting part of Ontario. It's very hilly. It's very beautiful. And there's a golf course here at this inn that I'm at. And she has a conference downstairs where she's in a big conference room they're talking about continuing education and recreational therapy. And yeah, it's very interesting stuff. She loves doing it. And she's all down there with her pad and pen and taking notes and just getting on the current stuff in her field. So she's excited. I'm here. I'm going to do this stream. I'm going to jump in the truck and I'm going to go home and I'm going to go help my dad work on the studio. So I'm close enough to where I live that I can go there and work and then come back here and stay with her. It's cool. I'm just going to get the perks of being in a hotel, but still go home. All right, let's see. Amit saying, just relaxing. Our sink broke yesterday and our apartment started flooding a bit, but we got a plumber and he fixed it. How are you doing, David? That's great to hear, Amit. I'm sorry to hear that your sink broke. Different people have been having different plumbing problems these days. Let's knock on some wood so that we're not having any more. That's right. Knock on wood. No more that. Yeah. So there you go. Let's see what else. David's saying, I'm all right. Having some coffee, trying to get some work done before the show starts. There you go, David. Like that. Trevor's saying the WNBA Commissioner Cup Championship will be on June the 25th. So the WNBA is doing something similar to what the NBA did as far as a mid-season tournament. So there'll be a mid-season tournament for the WNBA on June the 25th. That's very interesting. So are they having specialty in-season games that lead into who gets to be in the in-season tournament? Very similar to the format that the NBA did last season? Maybe. We'll have to see. So this is interesting that they're mirroring the NBA experiment with the in-season tournament last season in the WNBA. So we'll have to pay attention to see how this all pans out. And maybe the in-season tournament for the WNBA will have more prestige to it because it's not rigged for LeBron to win. Kareem is here and he's saying David does Christmas all year round. Respect. Yeah, there you go. And I want to say respect to you, Kareem. You, Morgan, and Country Kong. Or no, Meredith. It's Meredith, Morgan, and Kareem are the 3 undefeated teams in the WNBA Fantasy League right now. 3-0. Go on then, full ass. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Good morning to you from David. Kareem's also saying, thanks, Trevor J, for the update. Now I know when to plan my party for the WNBA Fantasy Championship. See, there you go. Kareem is very, very confident. He's gotten off to a very good start. with his full assery. Let's see if that team gets there. The full ass is complete crap team. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, David's got me and Zach on blast. No, wait, that's Tom. Tom has put Zach Eady in our emoticons chat language. So this is cool. If you are a member of the channel, you can use Zach's face in our emotes this morning. So thank you, Tommy, for adding the big 7'4" Boilermaker to the little faces in the chat. I love to see Zach in there, and hopefully he'll be there for good starting after the draft. I'd love to see Zach be a Toronto Raptor Messiah. Let's just make it happen somehow, some way. If it has to be that trade I talked about earlier, do it, Messiah. Don't mess around. Good morning to you, Tom Duke. Holding it down in Victoria, British Columbia on the West Coast for the Raptor Freaks. Big time Raptor fans all across the nation of Canada, from coast to coast, from Tom Duke to Carla on the East Coast in Newfoundland. We got Raptor Freaks all over, baby. And that's right. Tommy is our guy. That's right. Good morning to you, Tommy. Dap, dap, dap from David, of course. Yeah. Let's do a real quick Leo's life tips. All right, y'all. Leo's always got cool life tips in the morning on Twitter. And I'm going to read what he's got to say for y'all this morning. Leo Routens is saying, life is so subtle sometimes that you barely notice yourself walking through the doors you once prayed would open. You know, you could really try and get somewhere with something and you don't get anywhere. And you kind of go away from it, but then you're kind of growing personally as a person away from it. And then all of a sudden you kind of realize you arrived at that place when you didn't even notice it. That's kind of what Leo's describing right here. It's a weird thing. And we're not talking about like doors to be open as far as like places that you couldn't get into because you just couldn't go in. No, we're talking about opportunities in life. And I love what Leo's saying here. He always has a good message, just like Trevor and Randolph and other people that like to do words of wisdom here. And I appreciate it. But Leo is saying, if one thing, coffee is not subtle. So if you need that coffee, go get it. He's all about that too. All right, Tommy's saying, sign him, please. Please, pretty please, Messiah. Sign him. Yeah, draft him. Draft Zach Eady. Please, Messiah Ujiri. Please, he wants to be here. It sounded like it when he was saying it. Well, I listened to an interview with Michael Grange and Lewinberg and all them interviewing him. Zach very much sounded like he wants to be a Raptor, Messiah Ujiri. So we like to make dreams come true, right? A dream for me, a dream for Tom, a dream for Zach. Let's do it, Ujiri. You're a dream maker. You made the dreams of Fred VanVleet come true. You made the dreams of Pascal Siakam come true. Well, let's make Zach Eady's dreams true. Let's make him a Toronto Raptor at the draft later this month. That's right. Fingers crossed by David that we can get Zach drafted to the Raptors. That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Footprints. I see him. David's saying spam some hearts for a Maisie. For Maisie. What? I don't know what that means. Anyway. All right. Let's see. Monique is here. The super fan. Monique Lawrence is in our presence. I love it. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Go Zach. Great interviews yesterday. I know Mo really enjoyed having some interviews to watch. It's been a little bit since the season. We don't get to see our regular Raptors interviews, practice interviews, after game interviews. And Mo and I just eat them up all season long. Well, we got a couple of interviews yesterday with the prospects coming to the OVO Centre and working out for the Raptors brass. And hearing Zach and Emmanuel and the other guys talk, it was fantastic. Very fantastic to hear them. Emmanuel Miller sounds like a very smart, nice young man. And you know what? I want his dreams to come true too. And if he plays anything like his brother Leonard, he could be very, very useful. All right, Monique has brought up the bad news of the day. If we've got the good and the bad, we've got the ugly too. And the ugly is more news about Jontay Porter. Yeah, I should be calling him redacted because he is redacted. He does not exist in our world anymore. He is a shame, a disgrace. And in some ways, well, there's new news about it. Somebody who is involved with Jontay's betting, actually, it's very interesting, some of the details that have come out here. And Monique's saying, how dumb can you be? Shaking my head. Yeah, all right, let me go look at the article on ESPN right now. This is really interesting. Yesterday, a man was arrested in the airport trying to go to Australia on way ticket, and he had $12,000 in cash on him, and he also had $80,000 in cashier's checks. And this guy, Pham, is his name. He was involved with Jontay in the betting scandal. He is one of the people that made money off of Jontay leaving early. Now, apparently, this article is saying that Jontay got himself in debt to this guy. This is so stupid. He got himself into very serious debt with these gambling people. And to pay his debt off, he offered to this guy that he would do what he did. And that's how this all evolved. That he was in debt to the gambling guy. And he said, well, I'll get myself out of the game and you can win your money back that I owe you by me taking myself out of the game. And he specifically told him which games. And apparently these guys talked in like message boards. And you know how I am. All over the place with Raptors. I think I was in one of these message boards at one point last fall. And this was happening like in the beginning of the year. And I think I kind of remember people saying bet on Jonte under and all over the place. So this was a really badly kept secret. There was places in social media where murmurs about Jonte Porter under bets were going on all over the place before he actually got in trouble. So it's so dumb. And Jonte, you are really stupid. I will double down with Monique. As much as we thought you were a great young man and a promising prospect for the Raptors at center coming up while you were playing for the 905 and the Raptors this season, we think you're an absolute idiot now, knowing all the details now of how you basically ruined your life. I mean, really, come on, man. So apparently this guy was trying to get away. He knew the doors were closing on him, fam. And he went to JFK Airport yesterday, tried to get on a plane to go to Australia, and they basically arrested him at the airport and said, "Nah, dog, nah, you're in trouble, bro, big time." And there's a big statement about the government of the United States is not going to condone any kind of messing around with the integrity of professional sports. This is very serious, and in some ways, look on the you get caught red-handed like this, well, they're going to make an example out of you. And Jonte's probably going to go to prison, guys, just so y'all know. And this fam guy's going to go too. Watch. Yeah. So, yeah, a little bit more new news about Jonte's issues. He was in debt. And this guy who was going to get the money from him, he tried to escape the country yesterday. And he went to jail. Redacted. You do not. You it. Womp, Men in Black thing. Yeah, you don't have to hear about Jonte anymore. All right, forget about it now. David's saying, what an idiot that kid is. Oh, my God. The opportunity of a lifetime pissed away for a few $1,000. Well, they had him over the coals, apparently, with the debt. I mean, we speculated this. I remember y'all saying this, that like he probably owes the mob a bunch of money or something like that. Well, it wasn't a mob. It was a small time kind of gambling guy. And he wasn't in danger. He just felt the honor of having to, like, I got to pay this guy back. So I'm going to just ruin my NBA career to pay him back. You dumbass. Why couldn't you just tell fam to wait like a year until you get your contract and then you could pay him back? You dumbass. You're so stupid, Jonte. Do you not understand? Like, you were set up to make so much more money than the money that you owed him, and that you could have just shut up and said, you just wait, motherfucker, I get my contract. Come on, use your brain. So stupid. So stupid. David's saying, not to mention, how can any competitor do that? Bet against yourself and your team. That's the low of all lows. I know. And that's what they keep saying in the ESPN articles, which I hate. And then some ways people make it out of a joke about the Raptors. It's like he bet on his own team to lose. They keep writing that sentence out. And, well, thank God he never won any of those bets. Betting against the Raptors when you play for the Raptors is a cardinal sin. And people like Jonte Porter and Vince Carter are really bad people in the history of the Raptors for giving up on their team. I want to say this right now. A lot of people are much on the Vince Carter train of honoring him. Well, I would ask you this. Are you going to force San Antonio Spurs fans to honor Kawhi Leonard? Seriously, think about this. And Kawhi won a championship for the Spurs. Vince never won a championship for us. Do you think they will ever retire number 2 in San Antonio for Kawhi Leonard? Do you think the Spurs fans will want that? This is the same exact situation. And it's just that Kawhi is a little more recent for people to remember just how bad he was to that franchise. And I would say this to people. When people come to me and say, why do you not want to retire Vince Carter's jersey? This is because Vince Carter, to me, with the Raptors, is the same as Kawhi Leonard to the Spurs. And that's just the damn truth of it. And if you don't expect San Antonio fans to honor a guy who sat out on purpose for a year, then why do you expect me to honor a guy who did play, but he played half-ass? And he said he did on purpose. Yeah, I'm sorry to me. And if people don't, why do Raptor fans to be all rosy and happy about Vince Carter? That's what I would say right there. Boom goes the dynamite. James is saying, Lex, what do you think about Kuzma in a potential trade for us? He's a really talented player, and he's a very good offensive scorer, but he's a knucklehead. He's an idiot, honestly. He's really not a smart guy. The stuff he says on Twitter and just the way he's acted in his life, he's just an idiot. I don't want him around our team. I want smart people on our team, and that's why I don't really want Wiggins on Team Canada either. I'm not saying he's a really dumb person, but let's just say they're not intellectuals. And in some ways, I'd rather that are intellectual, kind of smart, kind of basketball players, even if not at least basketball smart, IQ basketball players. And to me, Kuzma, in some ways, he's really talented. He can score the hell out of the ball, but there's some IQ issues with him. And yeah, we need IQ, like we have IQ, and we need IQ in the brain too. And Kuzma, he's an idiot to me. I don't know. It's a weird thing. A lot of Raptors fans would love him to come to Toronto. Seriously. And in some ways, he said he would come to Toronto. He has no problem coming to the Raptors. I've heard him say that. Trevor's saying Jonte partners tried to run away on the one-way ticket, but got caught in the airport. I know, it's hilarious. They're gonna make a movie out of this Jonte thing at some point. I wonder who's gonna play Darko. It'd be funny. They'll make a Jonte Porter movie, and we'll have like some of the Raptors will be in the movie. It'll be like this stupid Donald Sterling movie coming out now, and like Lawrence Fishburne's playing Doc Rivers. Who's gonna play Darko Rajakovic is what I'm wondering. Who's gonna play Jonte? It's gonna be so stupid. It's gonna be, it won't be a good enough movie to be in the theaters. It'll be like a Lifetime day afternoon movie. So that sounds of that. I like that. He's another really gifted scorer that could be added to our team. Although, in some ways, once again, I'll say he steps on RJ's toes in a couple of ways. In some ways, I don't want people that are going to be stepping on RJ's toes as far as what RJ does on the court offensively. And also a little bit on Scotty's. Of course, the relationship between Kuzma and Barnes is interesting. They faced off in Powder League and SLC a couple summers ago in a Pro-Am game in Salt Lake City. And, man, they were really going at each other. And Kuzma won that battle against Scotty. He outscored him, and his team won. But, man, they both were like the only two guys that were dominating. Nobody else was doing anything. It was basically Scotty versus Kyle. And it was a crazy, crazy Pro-Am game. And it was probably the most intense Pro-Am game that Scotty played around that time. He was playing all summer in Pro-Ams. He played in the Toronto one. He played in one for Jalen Green, and then he played in that one with Kuzma. So, and that one was the one that was really crazy. And Kuzma was talking trash to Scott, and they were really going at it toe to toe. So there's a little bit of history with Kyle and Scotty, just so y'all know. Most saying Scotty's IG from yesterday in his dog was funny. This is a great one. We got the good, the bad, and the ugly being Jonte, the bad being the Celtics in the finals. Well, the good is Scotty out there with his dog. And let's go to the Instagram story since Monique has given me the cue card. I love it. Let's see. First, we'll start with Jordan Wara, guys. He's at a clothing store. I think it's called Gallery Department. I'm not sure. And then also, guys, Jordan Wara has a camp in Buffalo, but he's also got a basketball camp that's going on over in Africa. It's the Jordan Wara Elite Basketball Camp 4.0. It's in Benin Republic. So it's in a smaller country in Africa. So Jordan Wara has started his basketball camp overseas and there. Very, very cool to see. All right, let's see who else we got in the Instagrams. We the North 2K is teasing that they've got a really good matchup for their next matchup. And they're saying, I can't wait till y'all see who we're going to play next. I wonder if it's going to be a blip NBA player. Who knows? Maybe Emmanuel will get Scotty and they'll play against Scotty like everybody's crying out for. Because it does seem like Scotty is back in North America, at least from the dog training clip that we saw. Grady Dick has a new endorsement, guys. He has decided to endorse Callaway golf clubs, and they're very happy to have it. I mean, this is smart. I mean, Grady's an attractive young NBA player who's doing really well. And, people may be like, yeah, I want to get those golf clubs. This is the golf clubs Grady has. And I'm going to be like, I'm going to be like Grady. I've got Callaway. I'm telling you, he could probably sell products. Seriously. I was like, I'm going to go get that car washed at the car wash that Grady goes to in Wichita. It's that kind of stuff. People want to be like Grady. Well, they're going to go get the Callaway golf stuff. So, yeah, he's a good spokesperson, and he's really building his brand very smartly just as a rookie in the NBA. It's kind of interesting because there's usually a pause to endorsements once you get in the NBA. You don't just get them right away unless you're like LeBron or somebody huge. But because of the NIL and because of Grady's dad's involvement in the NIL and stuff like that, Grady's already like a way ahead in the advertising game that anybody like usually as a young player like this. He's all over it. And he's got all kinds of revenue streams from different companies paying him because he's a spokesperson for them. So Callaway Golf brand is the newest one. Yeah. All right. Lloyd has put in Jonathan on blast. He really wants to see San Francisco's Jonathan friend of Scotty and Lloyd's and their friend group. They went to the islands with each other earlier this summer. They want to get him draft stock up. It's just as much as Victor Wembanyama talking up Bilal Coulibaly made Bilal jump up into the top 10 of the draft last year. Well, these guys are trying to move Jonathan up the draft ranks. And Scotty and Lloyd specifically are putting him on blast for him. And I'm sure Jonathan appreciates the solid. If Jonathan Mogbo is a Raptor next season, we will know it's because Scotty really wanted him to be on the team, guys. And I'll be all about it too, because it's not like a fluke thing. In some ways, Scotty's right. This kid is really good. And we're not just doing this as friend nepotism. Jonathan Mogbo would fit the Raptors, and he would do a really good job for us. He would replace some of the long arm monster that we lost when Achua, Siakam, and Anunoby left our team last year. So I fully endorse Scotty wanting to get Mogbo on our team. And hopefully Bobby and Messiah are listening, and they're really taking it under consideration seriously, because I think that he'd be a great addition. And who knows, Scotty be really happy. We want Scotty to be happy if he has one of his best friends on the team, as long as they're serious and they're professional and they're not goofing around and being stupid. That's the only thing. You can have your buddy on the team, but don't let it distract you, Scott, is what I'm saying. Thad Young did something amazing yesterday that I really want to put on blast right now, guys, on his Instagram stories. I love it so much. First of all, we got clips of Thad Young Jr., who's getting bigger and bigger every time. Every time I see this kid, he has more muscle and he looks taller. When Thad Young came to the Raptors, his son was very short, and now his son is just growing into a man in the last couple years. It's awesome. Now, if Thad was on a podcast called the Captain Jack Podcast, and it's a youngster with some dreads, and he asked Thad straight up, who are the top 5 greatest players that you ever played with in the NBA? And, of course, we know Thad has played in the league since 2007, and he has played with so many different players and so many different teams. You know who he mentioned as one of the greatest players that he's ever played with? He named Siakam. He named Pascal Siakam as one of the greatest, amazing players he's ever sat and watched as a teammate on the bench. And I felt really proud about that. I think that in some ways, Thad, being an underrated, long-time journeyman in the NBA who doesn't get a lot of shine, was wanting to do that for somebody else who may be underrated and doesn't get enough shine either. I mean, you can have dumbasses like Coulibaly putting down Siakam in dumb ways near the end of the season. But Thad Young knows, because he's been around since 2007, and he puts Siakam as one of the best players he's ever played with in his whole entire career. That is a big, big deal, guys. You've got to understand how many different teams he's played for and how many different players he's played alongside. And for him to mention Siakam specifically is a real honor. Seriously. Manuel Quickley is putting in intense workouts wherever he is. I think he's still down at University of Miami and around the Miami area. But yeah, he's sweating. He's out there sweating. He's putting in that work. And then he's getting some good food afterwards. It looks like the chef is putting out a whole spread on his Instagram after that. Miles Burns with his photo drop. As always, Miles has got a photo drop somewhere. And here is the funny clip of Scotty with CC that Monique was talking about. On Yes Sir Ski Scotty page, Scotty's trying to teach CC how to play fetch. And CC saw the ball go over there and he's just looked at it. She just looked at it. It's kind of comical. You hear Scotty kind of trying to push. Dog's kind of doing what dogs always do. Didn't even pay attention to the ball. And he's like, oh, no, the ball's here. Here, get the ball. And then when CC finally does go get the ball, of course, CC doesn't want to return it to Scott. It just lays down and starts playing with the ball. And Scott's like, this is just what every dog owner goes through, Scott. I know you know that. But I love that you're sharing the training of CC with us on your Instagram. It's really fun. It's very funny, like Monique said. And we just love seeing the real Scott and the affection and love you have for your two dogs, CC and Cardi. Yeah, we love your dogs too, Scott. And keep up the great dog content and your Instagram stories. And it's great guessing you're back from Asia if you're back with CC on North American soil. Thanks for letting us know you're back safe. McCurr is in the Arizona desert. And that's all I have to say on that. Scotty is doing something interesting on his other Instagram account. He's got a special contest that he's doing with the Raptors Uprising GC, their video game team. The Raptors have official video game team. And Scotty is in conjunction with them doing a contest, and they're giving away 1 million VC points, which is the currency of NBA 2K video game. So Scotty is going to be on as a special guest with the host. and they're going to do a giveaway at some point. I'm not exactly sure when this event is happening. It's probably going to happen very soon, though. So be on the lookout for that. Also, Scotty is, well, as I said, putting Jonathan on blast. And the thing he has on his Instagram story says Jonathan Mogbo is the steal of the NBA draft. And you know what? Listen, I don't doubt Scott. If there's one thing I learned about hanging out with Scotty on Twitch for a whole summer after his rookie year, is he told us, don't doubt me, fans. Don't doubt me, fam. And that's what he always said to us is like, don't doubt me, fam. And I'm not going to doubt him. If he tells me his friend Mogbo is very, very good, I'm going to believe him. Because I know in some ways I learned a long time ago not to doubt Fred. Well, I know not to doubt Scott. And Scotty says Jonathan Mogbo is a good player. I'm going to believe him. So I'm endorsing Mogbo. We see Mr. New York City with unfiltered, uncut, unedited workout footage of him just bombing threes. He's working on a little dribble around a screen, pop three, and he's perfect on it, switching very beautifully. Mr. New York City is a badass, and I love you, Marquise. We want to see you do good things this season coming up and really expand and take your role in the NBA by storm. Take the bull by the horns, Marquise. We believe in you. He's also putting on blast Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a very interesting figure going into these finals right now. He has a lot of acrimony, a lot of controversy in past years, but there's a lot of love and a lot of respect and a lot of lauding him in different ways also for his place in the NBA as one of the greatest ball handlers in the history of the whole entire league. Well, he's doing something that nobody's ever done before that people are talking about. He's coming out with a new signature shoe that's named after his father, Dredrick Irving. And that, so there will be Dredrick Irving shoes that are available. So if you want to get shoes from that are Kyrie's dad's, you can do that. And I don't think this has ever happened where an NBA star has made a shoe edition for their father and they're naming them after him. So I think that's pretty cool, actually. I think that's really cool. And Kyrie's always innovating. He's different, man. Let's just say that. He's different. And we got Gary Trent Sr. saying me starting my diet every Monday. And it's like a monkey who's sniffing all the food but not eating it. It's kind of funny. Raptors official admin has one post of Scotty in China, and that's pretty much it on there. Bring it to here. Good to see G. First, Raptor freak. Love to be a Raptor, and like that, he said he will do what the coach wants and just wants to win. Also, that he is not a finished product. His mentality is perfect for the team. Yeah, I love what he said about that, G. When he's saying that there's no aspect of his game that he has perfected, that he can really grow in all different aspects. And there's new aspects he can start to develop also. He also mentioned centers around the league, like Vucevic, Jokic, Embiid, a lot of the big guys. There's some things that they will be able to do that I can't, and there'll be some things that I can do that they can't do. And it's really figuring out his formula as his signature as a player and how he fits and how he can be the best that he can be as himself, because he can only be himself. That is a direct quote from him. He said, I can only be myself, and I will be myself. I think that Zach's going to be very good. I think that people have tried to drown his draft stock by saying he's too slow on defense and he doesn't have a three. And I think these are absolute horse crap kind of reasons to not want to draft him. Because in some ways, listen, it may have been that this league sped up a little bit with the three-point shot in the last couple of years, but now it's trending to big again. With Victor showing up and plus 7-footers coming in the league more often, there's going to be a real need to have big on your team. So I'm going to keep pleading with Masai and Bobby that y'all need to really seriously consider that you can't be an undersized team going forward, because this is the era of Victor now. And we need to be ready for this. And that's why getting somebody like Zach, who's a very high-skilled plus 7-foot player, is a smart idea. So, man, if you guys can trade up to make sure you get him, do it. If Brown is the sacrifice to do that, just do it, Ujiri. Don't mess around. Don't mess around. Nakos, good to see Gerald. Price for a Kuzma can't be worth it, but if it's Bruce in a second, let's do it. That may be enough. I don't know. What is Kuzma making? He is making a crazy amount. In some ways, that's why he's not attractive to me, because his contract sucks. And, Bruce Brown, what is he, like 23 million or something like that? Well, they have to add up. And it has to be level and right. So I don't know. Get the trade machine. See if it works. G saying Jonte was in gambling debt. Shaking my head. Yeah. Financial genius, my ass. Yeah. Financial genius, my ass. The only way he could win gambling bets is to force them and manipulate them himself. What a loser. What a loser. Mo's saying, great job on trivia yesterday. Gearing up for Saturday. Got a new phone. Treated myself. Awesome, Mo. I love that. Mo's got a styling new phone. She's going to be ready for Saturday. I'm going to be ready for Saturday. I'm very much looking forward to this, Mo. I'm so looking forward to this. And we'll be coming down. Adriana and I will be coming down in the truck, and we'll be there. And I'm hoping Cowboy will show up, and we'll have more of the Raptor Freak fans also there from this chat. And yeah, trivia was a lot of fun yesterday. That was one of the best Tuesday trivias we've ever had. And it was really because it was so silly with the nicknames, but it was also very informative. I'm sure you learned something about some of those nicknames too. Mo, had you ever heard of the Bosch-Tridge? I had never heard that nickname for Chris Bosch. The Bosch-Tridge, like an ostrich. It's so crazy. Kareem saying Washington can't get their rebuild right. Put all their eggs in with Jordan Poole, which set them back another 4 years. Yeah, that's what Washington's good at, is setting themselves back 4 more years. It's kind of like the politics of the capital of the United States, just setting themselves back all the time. Yeah, I agree with this. I really think it's crazy that they just kept Brian Keefe, but I understand why. Nobody wants to coach the Wizards, and they got to just have the guy who will be there. They're saying they kept them on and took away the interim tag because he's a development coach, and that's what they want to do. Bullshit, Washington. Nobody would come coach your team. You know that's the damn truth. You know that's the damn truth. Smooth saying Porter's situation is getting worse and worse. Oh, yeah. The walls are closing in on everybody who was involved in it. And yeah, you're going to try and get on a plane at JFK. They're ready for you. Oh, they've been watching you already. They knew what you did. And they say, oh, you're going to try and get on a plane to go to Australia? Yeah, nah, that ain't happening. Come on now. This is crazy. Bryce is here. Good morning, Lex and the Raptor Freaks. Good morning to you, Bryce Lawson, holding it down stateside in the bluegrass state of Kentucky, the basketball homeland of the Tuck. That's right, the Wildcat country, the place where Emmanuel Quickley did his college years. That's right. I love it. I love it. And there's my link to do the mock draft simulator. So if you want to play around and see what the Raptors might do with the draft, that's a fun little link to do it in. It's really interesting. Smooth saying thank you to David for the subscription. And Logical saying David is the GOAT. That is no doubt untrue. That is no doubt true. David is one of the GOAT Raptor freaks of all time for sure. There you go. And there's Zach getting put on blast by Logical because he's got the access because David bought him a membership. There you go. Stargate is in the house. Always good to see Raptor Freak Stargate. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Good morning to you, sir. Monique is saying 2 more streams away, Lex. Wow. 1,000 streams. That's right. We're going to do a Wow Wednesday today, a Thursday Think Tank tomorrow, a Friday Freak Out, and then Saturday Share the Love Club. 1,000 streams of Raptor Freak streams in a row, 1,000 days in a row. We'll hit the 1,000 mark. I love it. I'm so excited about this. This is a fantastic celebratory weekend. Then we're going to celebrate that, and we're going to definitely celebrate your birthday, Superfan Mo. Definitely. We're going to have a good time. And if we get to cuss out a Boston Celtics server, well, that might just be part of the fun. All right, Fiercey's in the house, holding it down in the Ottawa region, capital city, Canada. Fiercey Salsera is in the house. Good morning, fam, and happy Wednesday. Whether Zach or another player, I trust in the front office to make the right pick for us. That's right. And last year, I had a little lesson on this because I didn't trust the Grady pick, but now I do. Now I very much do. I got to trust these guys. Seriously, I did not endorse Grady Dick. I really did not. I thought that stay away from him. Do not draft Grady. And he actually did fall in the draft, maybe because people were seeing some of the things I thought I saw. But Masai and Bobby saw something different. That kid, even though he looks goofy and maybe he looks a little too slow, his timing is interesting. In some ways, it's like, I don't want to make the illusion or the comparison to Larry, but it is true. Larry Bird was not a fast player in the NBA. He played at his own speed, but it didn't matter. He still beat everybody. And that's the thing. You don't have to be the fastest, but if you have a certain kind of timing to the way you play, you can shake people off and do really interesting things no matter what. And I feel like Grady's got a little bit of that kind of smarts and timing, even though he's not the fastest guy in the world. And he just knows when to go. That's really what it is. That's a skill that Bird had. He knew when to go. And it's like in your mind, you got to know that split millisecond that you know when to go. And Grady has that. It didn't matter when I looked at him in his college clips from last year and said, man, he's not going to be able to do that in the NBA. He's too slow. That wasn't true. In some ways, he knows when to go. And he has been able to do a lot of the stuff he did in college at the NBA level in the second half of the season. So I had to eat crow, and I need to trust Masai and Bobby. That's the message right there. Trust Bobby and Masai. Seriously. Randolph's here. Good to see Randolph Phillips holding it down for us. Good morning, beloved Raptor Freaks. Most informative gang. Blessings, friends. Life's good, and there's so much to experience and enjoy. Those who see no value in living are delusional. Live and love. If you temporarily don't see any reason to live, just let it pass. Seriously, that's a dangerous time. And in some ways, I can understand why people get jaded and feel like the world is just going to crap. It's sad. In some ways, ignorance is bliss. If you do not know what's going on in the world, well, it's easier to be happy. But if you are aware of some of the atrocities and crazy ass things happening in this world, it's harder for you to be okay and happy. And you wonder why, this world's so unjust. This world is messed up. And it's tough. You can get in a cynical, pessimistic mood, but it is important to celebrate the blessings and the nice things too. And words of wisdom from Randolph, Trevor, and Leo are really help to center us back to this. So if I say to anybody, if anyone is having trouble seeing the value of life or being alive right now, let it pass. Seriously. Don't do anything. Feel this for now and temporarily, and it can go by. And then you don't want to make a final decision because it's not the right one. Everything that seems so bad at that time is not a reason to not want to live. And I say that if you need help, call a suicide prevention line is what I'm saying on that. Yeah. Thank you, Randolph, and blessings to the Phillips family and all the all the Raptor Freaks everywhere. That's right. Happy birthday to Amit. Yeah, it was his birthday Sundays ago. It was a little bit back. Yeah, May the 19th was his birthday. That's right. David he just said that he gifted me a sub. It was like a birthday gift. Yeah, it was your birthday recently, though. Nako saying Topic got injured. I wouldn't be surprised if he fell to us like OG or David Johnson. So you saying Nikola Topic got injured and now he's fallen in a draft stock? I don't know. I'm still not that interested in him. I've watched him, Nako, and I get the comparisons. People are trying to say who he is, but I don't like him. There's something about him I don't like. And I don't really want him on the Raptors for some reason. I much rather have Buzelis than Topic. If it's that kind of those kind of players, of course, Buzelis is higher up in the draft. But yeah, this is interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see if they're looking at him. This could be very similar to last year where Nako's like very big on Grady Dick. And meanwhile, I'm against Grady Dick and he's right. So if he's saying Nikola Topic and maybe he'll fall and we draft him and then Masai's like taking him. And then I'm like, oh, Nako, they did take him. And I'll have to eat crow with Nako once again, 2 years in a row with draft. Gerald, I love you. I hope you're doing very well. And we do need to get together again. Gerald, you should come to the birthday party on Saturday. Seriously, get free. You might be working. I know in you're probably working. But if you get the car and you can get downtown to the NBA restaurant and hang out with us. I really want to see you, my guy, and hang out like old times. We'll go stand by the lake and smoke some joints. Come on, man. Yeah, that's right. There you go. It's all good, Fiercey. And most saying you're blurry on the stream, but all good. I'm only blurry because the sunlight's coming through behind me. I know this bugs the hell out of my dad, but I don't care. I like to do weird things with lighting and try and like not always look completely clear. I don't know. I'll probably switch the way it looks tomorrow morning so it's not so blurry and bright. It's the morning sun behind me, Mo, in the hotel mirror, in the hotel window. Yeah. Let's see. Kareem saying, if we don't get Edie, we better get Oliver Ryu. Laugh out loud. All right. This is a great segue for the game yesterday in down in South America. It's the America's Cup going on right now down there right now. And Puerto Rico played Canada yesterday. We lost the first game to Dominican Republic in this tournament. It is the under 18 America Cup in Argentina. And it's going on from June the 3rd to the 9th. And we're playing another game today, this afternoon. So if you guys want to watch some of this action, Team Canada under 18 is pretty interesting to watch because Oliver Ryu is on this team. He actually played 11 minutes in the game yesterday. He got 7 points. He only shot 1 of 4, and he had 9 rebounds, 1 block. But, yeah, it's not bad. He did start, but they've really been playing Matthew Dan more than him in the first 2 games at this tournament. Matthew Dan is another plus 7-foot guy on Team Canada. So we have a couple of prospects coming up after Zach Edey. We got Oliver, and then this Matthew Dan guy, who is the guy who missed the free throws in the first game that lost the game for us. But Dan yesterday was 7 for 7 from the field, 18 points. And he shot 4 for 6 at the free throw line this time. 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and he had 2 blocks also. And he was a plus 23. So yeah, Matthew Dan is the center at the Team Canada under 18 right now that is shining a little bit more than Oliver Ryu. I think it's partly because Oliver is so young and he's kind of on the depth chart behind him. I don't know. In some ways, Dan's the guy who looks like the better product right now on that team. So check them out, Kareem, if you want. They're going to be playing again today, and I believe they're playing. I don't know, who are they playing today. I should look at it. I can probably just look at it here. Oh, they're playing Venezuela. It's at 11:40. I don't know what time that is here. Of course, these times are in different time zones, so I can't tell you exactly what time the game is. Trevor will probably have the link in our Facebook chat when it comes up. Yeah. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying in the chat this morning. I love all the comments, and there's all kinds of cool stuff to talk about these days. Even though we're in the middle of the off season and the Raptors have not played in a while. Let's see. It jumped ahead, so I got to go backwards to see where I was at. Okay, there we go. Smooth saying Derek Harper. Okay, that's where we did the card. And Kareem saying Smooth Brown Man, aka Ahmad Rashad, was also a Smooth Brown Man himself. This is true. That's the inside stuff on that. Ahmad Rashad was very smooth. He was so smooth, he got married to Claire Huxtable. That's how smooth he was. He was married to Claire Huxtable. That's right. That's a accomplishment right there. Seriously, to have that wife. She's an amazing wife. Let's see. Fiercely saying Smooth is the living encyclopedia. He's just a very old NBA fan that knows his stuff. He was a Rockets fan from before. And yeah, he's knowing his stuff. Amit saying someone is getting a gifted membership another time. Well, you figure it out, Amit. However you want to handle it, you do it how you want to do it. Yeah. Why did that take so long to send? I have no idea. YouTube is useless. Yeah, okay. Kareem saying, I'm going to personally go to David on Saturday and ask him for a gift. I'll be there briefly before heading up the cottage. Awesome, Kareem. That's great to hear. I will make sure I bring the We the North copy that I have for you as your dunk championship prize. Yeah, you're going to get that Doug Smith book and my official autograph inside of it and my special note to Doug from me. G saying, is Lex cutting out for anyone else? I shouldn't be. I think that my stream's been pretty steady from my end. I haven't seen any kind of weird things on my end. Fiercely saying, which day is Monique's actual birthday? Is it on Saturday? Her birthday is on Monday, I believe. Her birthday is actually Monday, the 10th. So yeah, I think that's actually her birthday. David's saying, yes, and the lighting is a mess, but we're here. All right, you don't like the lighting either. All right, well, I learned something here. I'm going to try and figure it out better for next time. He's cutting out for you guys too. Well, I am on the internet for this hotel, so hopefully it's pretty good. Bryce is saying, how do I get a membership? You can join. There's a join button on the channel page, and just hit that, and it'll tell you how to do it. There's a very low price. You can be a member for $5, so it's not that much. Most saying, where did you see the Dan Tolzman interview, Lex? Send it to me. Well, the interviews that Trevor posted yesterday in the chat. So just go look at what Trevor was posting around that time. They're in the TSN site. The Dan Tolzman interviews are intermixed with the Zach Edey and the Emmanuel Miller interviews. David's saying you can buy one by clicking on that thing that looks like a bill. If they're gifted, YouTube gives them out at random. Yeah, that's how you get memberships. Bryce, you've been a member before. Let's see. Kareem saying, write a letter to Santa Claus and David will fulfill the list. Yeah, and Smooth saying he's a 90s nerd, as you know. There you go. I love the Zach head that Isaac's put on blast, and Dana's got it here too. Good morning, all. There you go. There's that Zach Edey head. Hopefully it'll be in our chat all next year because he's our rookie. That'll be awesome. And Fiercely saying hi to Smooth and Dana. And David saying, Maisie is Tom's dog. Come on. Haha. Oh, yeah, I remember Maisie is Tom's dog. That's right. Tom's new dog. David saying, Bryce, I think you have to turn on an option to accept gifts to receive a gifted one. Okay, that might be true. So we're saying the MLB just banned a player for life for betting. He played for San Diego. This is going to happen in all the sports all over the place. It's going to be a problem going forward. We're going to have to see how everything goes. going forward and see how far this will go before they figure it out that they're not doing something smart. Fiercely saying, I like Kyle Kuzma in respect to his game. Yeah, I think he's a very skilled player. I wish that he was a little more focused. I wish in some ways he can be dominant, but he's not dominant at the right times. In some ways, we want somebody who's like, I don't want to lose at all kind of guy. And in some ways, he doesn't take over games for the Wizards and tries to close them out and win them for them. He's kind of a very proficient scorer throughout the whole game, but he's not a closer. And in some ways, I want a guy like RJ's more of a closer than he is. Let's just put it that way. David's saying, oh, wow, they did that quickly. And David's saying, I've been a big Kuzma fan for some reason. I really thought LA was nuts to get rid of him and Caruso. I will agree with that. I will agree with that they have been nuts for getting rid of some of the players that they did. Fiercely saying that I keep cutting out, like my volume keeps cutting out. That's weird. I don't like that. Mike's saying, sounds like Lex is on an old phone that's breaking up. That's weird. I should have this all hooked up fine. The microphone's here and stuff. That's weird. All right, well, we're going to have to mess around with it. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a better stream. Let's see. David's saying he's at an inn. That should answer all questions. This is supposed to be a really fancy, highfalutin place. Their internet's kind of crap. Yeah, this is like really expensive, like crazy country club inn. This isn't like a normal like Days Inn or Holiday Inn. This is like a convention center inn that has like a conference center in the basement and a golf course outside of it. So it's very pretentious and highfalutin, and their internet sucks apparently. Yeah, Mike's saying they are using that Comcast. That's funny. Mike, I'm gonna give you a dunk for that one. That's funny. Yeah, my brother used to work for Comcast. It's not a bad company. They've gotten worse over time, but they were better than back in the day. 36 dunks for Mike on the dunk chart. All right, let's keep going. Maybe we'll have to get done sooner because the stream quality is not that good. And I got to get in the truck and go get some breakfast anyway. Yeah, Wayne's here. Good to see Wayne Strainer. We need 3 centers. Having Zach would be fantastic. Good for the present and even better futuristically. Yeah, I don't like the being without a net kind of thing that the Raptors franchise has done over the last 10 years or so. We have not had depth at 5 very often. Cool Cat and I very much value this. We talk about it all the time. We want 3 centers. And this is what I'm saying. You can have Jakob, who's your starting center, who's established. You can have Kelly as your aged kind of backup center who's, near the end of his career. And then you have a youngster that's coming in that's learning from both those guys. It's always just like a garden. You want to plant succession. And, you're going to have this round of lettuce. You're going to have the next round of lettuce. And you want to have the crops coming up after each other. And in some ways, that is how you keep a consistency as a team. Go ask the Spurs. You got to have projects coming up to take the place of the people ahead of them. And that's why I fully endorse what Wayne's saying. And I think he's exactly right. Have a project coming up. So there's no blip or gap in between where you don't have that particular skill of rim protection and shot blocking. So that's why I say get them. Mike's saying I'm timing out too. I don't like that. I'll have to go back and see how the stream looks afterwards because it's not showing it on my screen. There's no dial or anything. Everything's smooth, like Smooth Brown Man. He's saying I'm all for trading the pick for an NBA rotation player. The draft stinks. I would rather the guaranteed money go to an established player. I don't mind this strategy either. We'll have to see what they do. There's so many different directions the Raptors front office can go in right now. And it's really kind of that way for a lot of NBA teams right now. They're all kind of like wondering what is possible and can we be very creative and do something very kind of like interesting that will really help our team. That's kind of what a lot of teams are thinking right now. So it's weird. Maybe nothing will get done because everybody's trying to be an opportunist. And nobody's willing to kind of like, well, that seems like you're going to get better than us. Well, we decide we're not going to do the deal after all. Yeah, something like the Knicks would do or something like that. Let's see. Mike saying Pirtle for 20 million or a rookie role player making 10 to 12 million. Laugh out loud. Yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason why I don't care about the draft and getting draft picks. Because in some ways, you're investing in a young person that may not pan out. And you got to pay them a whole bunch of money in a stupid way, especially if they're a high draft pick. So, yeah, in some ways, I'm with you on that. Carlos saying the Jonte story will be a movie one day. For sure. Fiercely saying, I promise you, if Team USA selection was around the same time as the playoffs, Kyrie could have gotten a spot. But I really admire him putting on his dad. Very smart move. And also telling he's grateful. Yeah. I mean, it's probably a fallacy that Kyrie isn't on the Team USA. Olympics, but it's probably good because he's no distraction. He's gonna go try and get a championship with the Mavericks right now. But yeah, if they're that cohort of group, Kyrie belongs there with LeBron and Kevin Durant more than some of the other guys that are going. Yeah, yeah, I will agree with that. Let's see. David saying Kyrie didn't make Team USA. Laugh out loud. The guy may be nuts, but he's the best player in the league by far. This is what LeBron has been saying in interviews in the last couple of days, saying that he misses playing with Kyrie. He's mad that he doesn't play with him anymore. He's really happy he's going to the finals and getting a chance to try and win another championship. And that if he had his way, he would have had Kyrie come to the Lakers last summer, but it didn't work out. He ended up on Dallas. So, yeah, it's very interesting. I can tell LeBron really, really liked playing with Kyrie the 3 years he did in Cleveland. So, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, he's saying all kinds of stuff about him. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people lauding Kyrie Irving in a major way more than he ever has in his career right now. And it's rightful. It's rightfully so. Alan Tam, bam, son. He's got the 12 players once again. He's saying Team Canada going to be. He's got SGA, Andrew Jamal Murray, Dylan Brooks, RJ Barrett, Dwight Powell, Kelly Olynyk, Lou Dort, Nickel, Andrew Nebhard, Corey Joseph, and Zach Edey. Once again, he will not. He's the exact same 12. He's been telling us for 2 weeks now. So we'll see if it changes. David's saying, laugh out loud. Did you copy that and save it from last time? Laugh out loud. I don't know. Maybe he's just copying and pasting it all over the internet everywhere. He's just going to all these Raptors places and putting it in comment sections everywhere where he just wants to make this to be the reality. He's figuring if it's kind of like when we used to say Toronto Raptors NBA champions 2025. Toronto Raptors NBA champions 2025. Alan Tam, bam, son, is trying to make that roster become reality by saying it over and over again like Beetlejuice to a mirror. David's saying Wiggins more likely to be on the moon than Team Canada. Yeah. And Alan is admitting, yes, he has copied and pasted. There you go. Saying, I'm going to try out my new phone that I got from Japan with a triple SIM card so I can have 3 phone numbers. That's insane. That sounds crazy. Is that what you were talking about, Trevor, when you were saying Japan's ahead of us? Because they have triple SIM cards where you can have 3 phone numbers on one phone. It's like my burner is a burner. I've got like 3 phones on one phone. That's weird. How does that work in some ways? Like, what if you want to have separate phones because you have a secret phone? Because a lot of people like having a secret phone, either a personal phone or a business phone, but it rings the same one. How do you know how to answer it? Because which phone number is ringing which one? In some ways, it's a weird thing. I guess people with double lives, they can't have the triple SIM card because it might get confusing. Alan Tan, bam, son. Monique saying, you keep saying that, Alan, laughing my fucking ass off. Yeah. He has a very strong opinion on who should be Team Canada, obviously. Mike saying, does the NBA restaurant have a Bond look-alike? Laugh out loud. Just kidding. I don't know. That is weird, though, but they tell the employees they can represent any NBA team while they work there. And, well, the guy who was wearing the Boston shirt, he really pissed me off. So, Mike, come down just for that. If you want to see me, like, interact with staff members that are wearing other teams' colors and shirts, that's kind of what happened when we went there the first time. It was really bad. They gave us the Celtics server, and it was not a good scene. Not a good scene, Mike. But I hope you will come down there. Seriously, Logical. Because it'd be really good to meet you in person and like have a good time and just kind of chill and just shoot the breeze. And I have the classic cards there. So if you guys want some of these cards, like this Derek Harper card from today. Yeah, let's see. What else? David's saying Grady Dick is going to be a good version of Gordon Hayward. I believe that. I think he'll have a more successful career than Gordon Hayward. I think that's a great take, David. I mean, if we really think about it, Gordon's had such serious injury problems his whole entire career. That one time Gary Trent fell on him and his wife hated after that. She was like blaming Gary for injuring her husband. It was weird stuff. But yeah, Gordon Hayward is like Glass Joe on Mike Tyson. And no, Grady Dick is more like Super Macho Man. Yeah, there you go. There's a good analogy. Tom's saying Grady is on Team Smooth, not goofy looking at all. Come on. No, take it from me, who was a young, blonde, goofy kid when I was his age. Yeah, we're goofy. I was goofy, and I looked like him when I was his age. I had hair just like him. And, when I was in my early 20s, I was a goofy, blonde, white guy. Yeah, so I come from the same place as Grady, so I can say this. We're goofy. Trust me, we're goofy. David saying, totally agree. Grady Dick, man, there you go. Smooth saying Bruce Brown in the 19th pick to Sacramento for Harrison Barnes and 13th pick. That's my trade proposal. WW for both. Toronto gets a solid vet Kings get a cutter that fits with Fox and DS. I love this trade, the smoothest proposed just now. And honestly, I think it's even better than the Miami one that I said because I like Harrison Barnes more than Duncan Robinson. And we're moving our spots. And just in case Miami was thinking about getting Zach Edey at 15, well, you get Zach Edey at 13 ahead of them with the Sacramento pick. This is a fantastic trade proposal, Smooth. Big ups to you for that one. W for both. And I know that Scotty likes his namesake. I've seen him play Twitch, and he talked about Harrison before. He actually said something about Harrison Barnes the summer after his rookie year. Basically, what he said was, Harrison Barnes surprised me. He's way better than everybody thinks he is. Like, he's really hard to guard for real. He said when he commented on Harrison Barnes is that Harrison Barnes is a scorer, and he's really hard to stop. What Scotty said. Barnes and more Barnes. It's like Arthur Touche's Jack. We got Raptors 2 Barnes roster. That's right. Arthur Touche's Jackson. Monty Python reference for the Monty Python band. All right, let's keep going. Mike saying, damn, you Ty Domi, your Comcast phone and internet service, your commercials suck. Is he doing Comcast commercials up here? I didn't know that. I don't watch commercials. I don't watch TV. Let's see. Smooth saying with the 13th pick, the Raptors take Zach Edey. I love that. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. I want to hear it. I want to hear that from Adam Silver's voice, the smooth brown man. Yeah. Trevor saying LeBron said Kyrie is the best running mate of his career. I would agree with that. I think that he had the most success. I mean, if you think about it, the 3 years that LeBron played with Kyrie, he made the finals every single year. So, I mean, obviously, in some ways, LeBron likes somebody else doing some of the heavy lifting next to him, and he did a lot of the good heavy lifting in the right places for him, for sure. Yeah, Zach's on blast with Fiercey. David saying, of course he did, Trevor. Kyrie carried his ass to championship. It's kind of true. It's kind of true what David's saying there. Mike's saying it's YouTube or something. I refreshed YouTube and it's fine. Okay, so you guys may have had just a little bit of trouble with the YouTube thing or something like that. David's saying it's not your mic, it's the internet connection, I think. Okay. So it could be where I'm at. It could be, I don't know. YouTube has been very flaky recently. Just so y'all know, like I've been saying, YouTube's been having some issues these days. Mike's saying, I was listening to the cut up Lex for like 20 minutes, laugh out loud. Yeah, I think in the future, guys, if there's ever any kind of issues with choppy on here, do a refresh and see if that actually fixes it up. David's saying, go get some food. Have a great day, bud. I will. I gotta go. I'm gonna go hit a McDonald's drive-through or something like that. Most in W Vibes and W Streams, keep at it always. They don't even have a breakfast here. It's like this is a highfalutin conference center. They ain't got no breakfast downstairs for guests. What the hell is that? Monique saying, keep the good work, good times approaching. Go Raptors for life. That's right. Good times on Saturday, 4 p.m. The NBA restaurant, downtown Toronto. Monique's birthday, y'all. Let's come down and celebrate Monique's birthday in style. Any Raptor freak, anybody watching this channel who knows about the event, you're welcome to come down there. You don't have to RSVP. I don't have to know you're in there. It's a public place. Come on down and say hi to Lex, say hi to Mo, say hi to David, say hi to Kareem, and come on down to the NBA restaurant and have a laugh or two with the Raptor Freak family. That's right. That's what we're doing. Cowboy's going to be coming down there too, hopefully. That's what we're hoping. David's saying you would much prefer Kevin Huerter than Harrison Barnes. No, I don't think I would, because Huerter in some ways is great. In some ways, they're very similar kind of players. Harrison Barnes is a different kind of scorer. He's a scorer on all kinds of different levels. And I think at this point in his career, he doesn't need to necessarily start. I don't know. In some ways, Harrison Barnes is a little bit, once again, compared to RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's a lot like a lot of people. Yeah. Smooth saying the Wi-Fi cut. Refresh YouTube when it cuts and it's fine. Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. Let's see. What Cowboy let 98? I don't know what that means. What kind of fucking inn doesn't have a rec? I know. No kidding, David. What is this place? It's the Natsawaga Golf Court Resort. You can look it up, Dave. Natsawaga or something like that. I don't know. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Very strange place. Yeah, there's a lot of golf going on around me right now. Kareem saying it's important that we draft Zach. The Maple Leafs need a goalie, and the Jays need another right-handed pitcher in their rotation. Both of these positions Zach has played in his early years. There you go. That's a smart thing. That's right. Zach was a pitcher. He was a pitcher when he was younger, when he wasn't so tall. And he actually had to stay a pitcher because he became so tall. He can't do it anymore. Not everybody can be the big unit, Randy Johnson, and be like almost 7 feet tall and pitcher. In some ways, it just doesn't work anymore. You get such huge limbs, it just doesn't work right anymore. Some people say really tall people can throw the ball even harder and faster, but that's not always the case. It's a weird thing. So Zach had to give up baseball because he got so freaking tall. Seriously, that's the truth. Mike's saying, laugh out loud. I was watching an Expos documentary, and apparently they drafted Tom Brady. Yeah, I remember hearing that. You know, the Blue Jays drafted Danny Ainge. Yeah, Danny Ainge was drafted by the Blue Jays. There's a lot of weird MLB draft picks that you didn't realize happened. Yeah. Cowboys saying, fucking, I don't understand that. Let 98 right back at you. Yeah. Let 98. Oh, that's so good. All right. Let me see if I missed any of my tabs this morning first, guys. We've gone over a lot of stuff already. Let's see. Yeah, I did that. Okay. They picked the refs for the finals, and I love it. You know, these are the 12 best refs in the NBA, apparently. And Ed Malloy's not on the list. I'm so happy about that. That like I didn't get good enough scores. I guess Joe Dumars doesn't like what you've been doing, Ed Malloy, because you ain't gonna be a referee in no Boston games in the finals. Because I know you helped them. That's the thing. Ed Malloy has a proclivity to help Boston. He has for years. And the fact that he is not involved in the finals refereeing is such an awesome thing. In some ways, it tells me that the NBA is not trying to let Ed Malloy come in and help the Celtics like he always does. And meanwhile, they're going to let Scott Foster and Tony Brothers ref in the finals. And the Celtics fans are crying and whining like little bitches in the comments on that post. They're saying, oh, no, Tony Brothers, Scott Foster, we're screwed. So they're scared of those guys. And they should be, because Tony Brothers ain't going to treat y'all like Golden Boy team, like the NBA wants you to. No, he may be a hard ass on y'all. In fact, I think he likes Luka a little bit. So who knows? The 12 refs, they're the best refs in the NBA are Scott Foster, apparently. I'm not going to say that's true. Tony Brothers, Mark Davis, James Capers, Zach Zarba, John Goebel, David Guthrie, Bill Kennedy, Josh Tiven, Courtney Kirkland, James Williams, and Kevin Scott. These are like the regular top dog crew chief refs, and the alternates are Tyler Ford and Ben Taylor. So those are the top 14 refs in the NBA, apparently. And Ed Malloy ain't one of them. I love that. All right, let's keep going. Canada kicked Puerto Rico's butt yesterday. It was 93-54 at the end of it. Good job, under 18 Canadians down there. Oliver and the rest of y'all. Keep going. Birthdays for today. Real quick, we got 3 birthdays for today. First of all, we'll start way back with Austin Day. He's a former Raptor, very briefly a Raptor. And I believe he turned, 98. He's 36, I want to say. Yeah, he's 36. It's also Armani Brooks's birthday today, guys. Happy birthday to Armani Brooks. He's turning 26 today, former Raptor, and I believe current net Armani Brooks. And then it's also Raptors' first-round draft pick, Ed Davis's birthday, out of North Carolina. Ed Davis is, of course, the son of Terry Davis, who played in the NBA. And yeah, Ed Davis, he's turning, 35 years old, Ed Davis. I think Ed Davis is still in the league, too. So, Ed Davis, happy birthday to you. And Armani Brooks, happy birthday to you. Austin Day also. Yeah, all right, let's see. That's it. I think that's it, y'all, for the stream today. We're at about an hour and 20 minutes. We'll get done here real quick. Let's see. What are you guys saying here? Okay, saying woot woot, dunk for full ass just because he updated his name is awesome. Okay. You wanted me to give Kareem a dunk for writing his name all crazy like that. I will. He's got 150 dunks now. The rich just get richer. All right, let's see. Let's 98. It's complete crap. Have a good day, Rap Freaks, and let's 98. Okay, I don't even know what that means. But let's 98, y'all. Let's make another good pick like we did in 90, David. There you go. My man. Dap, dap, dap. Let's 98. That's right. Y'all are going to be down at the NBA restaurant in the parking lot yelling, let's 98 at the Seagulls at the coast of Lake Ontario. I know y'all are going to be doing that on Saturday. It's going to be fun. One of our few top picks, number 4, Scotty Barnes. Antoine Jameson traded for Vince Carter very shortly after that. There you go. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and join. Hit that join button if you do want the fancy green lettering with the little Raptors logo and the access to Zach Edey's face in the emoticon chat. It's fun. And then also you get access to our Facebook group and our chat that's 24/7, breaking Raptors news all the time. Monique, fan Lawrence, Trevor J, myself, all kinds of people adding and putting stuff in there like Isaac Campbell too. There you go. So thanks for watching me. I'll be back tomorrow with a Thursday thing. We'll figure out what this subject is later today, and I'll post it. Want to call? If they feel the desire to call me, then you can call. But otherwise, the think tank will be just like how it has been classic call. So you have to be a member to get access to the phone number to be able to call here. So all right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today, and just go Zach. I want to see Zach playing for the Raptors. Jersey number 98. That's what you're saying. That's why you're saying 98, because Zach was wearing 98 yesterday. Very interesting, Cowboy. I love it. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me. Let's go Raptors. As always, let's go Raptors. Let's go Canada. Let's go.